Hi, I'm Nicholas Barnett, founder and executive chairman of Board Benchmarking. At Board Benchmarking, our aspiration is to elevate the performance and effectiveness of boards worldwide simply because of our strong conviction that better boards means better organisations. With over 15 years of board reviews and a database built from over 500 assessments, we've gained unparalleled insights into board performance. Today, I'm excited to answer some questions about our latest report, Benchmarking Board Performance, 500 board reviews later, and also to give you some insights into this special topic. What is the significance of this report? Benchmarking Board Performance, 500 board reviews later, holds immense significance as it represents Board Benchmarking's first comprehensive evidence-based study to date, encompassing insights from our first 500 board reviews. Few organisations worldwide possess such an extensive database on board performance and effectiveness. The report's significance lies in the wealth of research, insights, and actionable suggestions for the improvement of boards of all shapes and sizes across the globe. Board Benchmarking's single biggest finding over the past 15 years, based on more than 500 board reviews, is that boards are way more complicated than people think. There are not just 5 or 10 or even 14, but a remarkable 20 discrete dimensions that defines a board effectiveness. That's a substantial number of elements to get right, and each one is important. A single misstep or neglect of one or two of these dimensions can have a devastating impact for the board and consequently for the organisation. It's interesting that it took us 15 years and the help of Deakin University to uncover what we now see as the bleeding obvious. The world is moving fast, so are boards keeping up? That's a great question. While boards have improved over the last few years, the pace of this progress has not matched the escalating expectations of the community, the evolving landscape of regulatory and governance demands. To all the directors and boards out there, don't let the side down. Take steps to start measuring and improving your performance and effectiveness today. What is the most startling issue that the report has revealed? Well, disappointingly, data from the first 500 board reviews reveals that 25% of boards are dysfunctional. This means that there's been a breakdown in the relationships and dynamics at some level, either within the board, between the chair and the CEO, or between the board and management. And what's worse, many of these boards don't know that they are dysfunctional, and if they do know, they don't have the skill or the will to deal with the dysfunction. We call this issue the elephant in the room, because it's the issue that director and governance institutes and associations, even the media, and boards and directors just don't want to talk about, or they're in denial about. What is my one piece of advice for boards? Well, I've chaired and sat on several boards over the last 35 years. I've also reviewed more than 250 boards and overseen the review of another 250. Based on all that experience, my primary piece of advice to boards is to reflect deeply on the legacy you want to leave, the difference that you can make, and the value that you will add. That means not simply going through the motions, but running a differentiated board agenda that is uniquely relevant to your board. Occasionally I'm asked whether regular board reviews are important. The simple response is yes, they are. The board stands at the highest authority in an organisation and sets the overarching tone, whether it knows it or not. Literally everyone is watching what the board does, and just as importantly, what it doesn't do. At Board Benchmarking, we encourage boards to set a very high bar for their own performance and effectiveness, making continuous governance improvements as an integral part of their board culture. This inherently requires the board to measure and improve its own performance, ideally with a tried and true world-class benchmark survey. What has been the impact of corporate governance rules and regulations? New corporate governance rules and regulations, as revealed in our Benchmarking Board Performance 500 Board Reviews Later report, has had an increasing impact on the governance landscape. These rules have been primarily devised to protect employees, customers and shareholders, which is undeniably a good thing. However, they are primarily focused on ensuring compliance, which can place a significant extra burden on boards and organisations. The big challenge for boards is to strike the right balance in allocating their time and effort between strategy, performance and compliance. I'm Nicholas Barnett, Executive Chairman of Board Benchmarking. It's been a great pleasure sharing with you our insights from our report titled Benchmarking Board Performance 500 Board Reviews Later. To download a copy of this report, go to our website boardbenchmarking.com.